Consistency over everything. Self-awareness is a must. And you always gotta keep it real. These are the keys. This is the Continual Growth Podcast, where we help you kill every day and own your fucking life. I'm Bwanka, I'm with Z. How you doing, Z?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing incredible. It's episode 25, and you know we're bringing that hot fire.
I love it. Okay.
How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling fantastic. The weather's starting to get really good in Toronto, so you know when the good weather starts to come, it definitely impacts me. I feel the benefit of that. I know the city's starting to come alive. Mm-hmm. It's a really good time to be here. I'm excited. So I'm feeling good. How about you?
Hell yeah, man. Yo, when the sun is shining, everybody is smiling, no matter what.
Straight up. That's what's up. What are you working on right now in terms of 21?
My 21 is I want to talk to at least one person every single day about continual growth.
Amazing.
Because, you know, before we're doing like the mass thing, we're trying to reach everybody, but let's just go back and just get more personal and just be talking to one person all the time. So, if anybody has any questions, hit me up on Instagram. I got your answers.
I love it. That's dope, man. That's dope. Sounds good. So we got a special guest today. Mm-hmm. Let me do a quick little intro on our guest. Let the people get ready for what's going to be a power-packed episode, I'm sure. So with us today is a guy that we actually met at a conference, a Gary Vee conference in Toronto. And it was funny how it happened. Like we were just kind of standing outside talking amongst ourselves. And this guy comes over and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And we're like, "What up?" We just started talking back and forth. And it was like a 15-minute break. And we were just high energy, going back and forth. We're like, man, this guy he's on our wave. He's talking, he's speaking what we speak. He was dropping a few little knowledge bombs here and there. And I was really feeling what he was saying. And on the next break, we found him again. We ended up connecting on Instagram. So with us today is the founder of Fit Entrepreneur Academy. And I'm going to let him introduce what that's all about. But with us, please everybody welcome Sami Hossny. Sammy, what's up, man?
I'm absolutely incredible. How are you guys?
I'm good, man. We're good. We're happy to have you on the podcast. We've been watching your content on online and we've been loving it. And we're loving the fact that you're here with us today so we can kind of bring a lot of that knowledge inside your head to our listeners at home. So this is going to be really good.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity. It really means the world for me. Like I'm super pleased to be in your podcast. I've been listening for a while and I really get inspired every time that I listen to it.
That's dope. So tell us about Fit Entrepreneur Academy. What's that all about?
Well, Fit Entrepreneur Academy, this is an online-based academy, a school that I've designed to help busy working entrepreneurs and professionals to get in the best shape of their body and get in the best shape physically and mentally in general. So it's a six-step process that we go through mindset, goal setting, then we create a new empowering habits, and then we learn a lot about nutrition and workouts as well.
Dope. So before we kind of dive into that and really explain what that's all about,
I want to hear more about you.
We want to know who's Sammy. Like, how did you get into this? Like, where did you start? Like, I know for the people back home, you're from Europe, so we'd love to hear about that whole process, how you ended up over here, how you developed this mindset that you have, and how you've been able to inspire so many people with it.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So, my name is Sammy. I'm from Bulgaria, Eastern Europe. Right, and I'm a professional athlete. I've been doing swimming for national team of Bulgaria. I've been swimming for 8.5 consecutive years. I've been doing a lot of crazy.
You were in the Olympics, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I've been in the
He came
London.
to swim with us one day. He was doing just crazy shit. I'm like, yo, this guy's a mermaid or something.
Which Olympics did you end up competing
London,
in?
2012.
That's amazing. What event?
I swim in the butterfly, I swim in the IM, and I swim in 1,500 meters per
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. What an experience. That's
all right. Apart from that, I've been doing kickboxing in a professional level. I fight in Muay Thai Asian Championships. In 2014, I fight in Thailand in the finals, and I became the champion of 67 kilo, Asian champion, 67 kilo professional Muay Thai.
That's
which
amazing.
was my second biggest thing in my sports career. But other than that, I decided. In my journey, in my sports journey, I had a moment where I get very, very strongly injured in my lower back.
Oh shit.
So I've experienced a moment very dark moment in my life when I was thinking, whoa, my God, like, what am I going to do if I cannot continue do what I used to do all my life, doing sports? Knowing that you've created your life based on the sports and on the fan base, you're the man of the country. Like every time I come back from championships, like my entire country is like welcoming me on the airport.
Like a hero,
and stuff.
right?
Yeah, I'm like the hero. I'm the hero of the guy that is always a champion on the ring and so on. And then at one point, the champion is a dark room on its own, not able to walk. I was going through very, very dark moments in my head. I thought, what if I could never be able to step on the ring again? Like the people that were for me just because I'm the champion will immediately find another champion that will they start to follow. And then I would just be another
former guy. Yeah,
just a former guy.
Was this your first injury or like your first really, really bad injury?
My first real bad injury. Like, thank God I've been doing very great with my sports career. I didn't have any like heart injuries. And then this was the first time that I really experienced this inner pain, if I have to explain it like this. And from this moment, I decided that I'm going to help the people. I'm going to move the focus from me being the hero of the day. I want to make the other people be the heroes. Okay? And I've decided that I'm going to base my business on my brain and not on my body. Okay? Because injuries happen, everything can happen to you. That was a very tough lesson for me that I've learned. So I decided, okay, I'm going to get more knowledge about nutrition. I'm going to get more knowledge about the workouts, because all the time I've been just trained by people, but I've never actually like trained people, right? So I was always been on the other side of the training session. Like I've always been coach.
It was always like you getting better.
Yes.
Okay.
So at that point, I decided that I'm going to learn how to coach people. I'm going to learn how to transfer my knowledge to the people. Everything that I had so far in my life. And then, little by little started like getting course here, course there. I went to the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition where I got my huge base about nutrition and started implementing this, started helping other people to learn the basic of nutrition, and then started coaching them. And by the time everything that I was thinking, I thought that everything that people need is the right nutrition and the right workouts. But it's not what I've been thinking.
There's so much more to it, right?
There's so much more. Like, to be honest, each and every person now listening to this podcast and each and every person worldwide that is not in a good shape knows that he has to eat good food, like more veggies, and to train regularly. But the question is, why is not doing it? Why we're not doing the things that is, as we call it, common sense? As nowadays, the common sense is not common.
That's true.
It's so true. Like the people know what they have to do, but they're not doing it. They're constantly going themselves. And then we have to learn. My mission was to learn how I can give the right mindset to the people, not by asking them the right questions, letting them understand their deeper values. To set a goal and to go every day towards this goal.
That's dope. So I know you're when we were first talking about how people can bridge that gap where they know they need to do these certain things, but they don't do them. I know there was a conversation that we had and you were talking about identity, and you were saying that that's a big part of bridging that gap. I was loving what you were saying before. I would love for you to bring that to our audience.
Human beings, we like to stay true to our identity. With that said, each and every person has the image in his head that he's seeing himself when he's on his own, right? I want to give an example. For example, you can be the type of person that you're a vegan, right? This is your identity. This is who you decided that you are. So I'm a vegan. And then from here, you say to yourself, people like me do things like this, right? So vegan people like me eat plant-based diet. You'll never be able to get a piece of meat or any type of animal products just because you're not going to be true to your identity. You're striving to be true to your identity. The same thing with people trying to stop smoking cigarettes. If you believe deep for yourself that you're the type of person that you smoke cigarettes and I cannot go without cigarettes. You start thinking about this, like, cigarettes make me feel good, right? And when you go into this moment that you decide, I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes, but deep inside of you, you still believe you're the type of person that smokes, you're gonna come at moment of stress, you might stop smoking cigarettes using your willpower. Using your willpower will tax your willpower each and every day. And then the moment of stress, of tragedy, will come to your life, and then you will come back to your true identity.
Right.
So until you change your identity, you can never change a habit for long term.
I agree with that.
Same.
I love the way that you put that, because I think a lot of people recognize the areas in their lives that they need change or they want to change.
Right.
But what they do is they focus on the task instead of building an identity that supports that task. So like what you're talking about with someone that's a vegan, let's say, right?
Yep.
Vegan people like me, they eat plant-based diets, like you said. So there is no debating on whether you should eat meat. There's no need for the debate. The identity doesn't support that activity.
Oh,
so attaching yourself or creating an identity and then living up to that identity, that's a lot easier to do than limiting yourself to specific tasks, like saying, I don't eat meat. Why? Because vegan people like me don't eat meat. That's like there's a higher level reasoning to why that task needs to happen the way that it needs to happen. It's based on an identity. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
This is so true. Like, my identity used to be like, I'm a laborer, or like I sit in the back of the class, like I'm always in the back of the class. But then I changed my identity to, I want to live my best life. So now if I go to a conference, I'm trying to sit at the front of the conference. And that was never my identity before.
Yeah, man.
So it actually works.
Absolutely.
What do you think is the next step? So after you've kind of identified an identity, what's the next step?
So first, I'll say like there are layers, right? The first layer is identity. This is the base where you build yourself. So after the identity comes the beliefs.
Your beliefs.
You have identity, then you have beliefs.
Okay.
From the beliefs come the thoughts. From the thoughts come the action. After the action comes the end product. Okay. So you might change your action, but you're changing just the last part of the process, like the last two steps.
I agree.
But when our tough times comes, you go back to your true identity. I'll give you an example. The thing that I've tried and it worked very good for me. I used to believe before that I'm a person, that I'm a night owl. You know, the people say like, I'm a night person.
I used to say that.
I cannot wake up early in the morning.
You're
And
not
I
a
was
morning person.
the same thing like this. I said like, I cannot wake up early in the morning. This is not for me. Okay.
Right.
And then you say to yourself, no one said it to you. You said to yourself, I cannot wake up early in the morning. Mm-hmm. So as a human being, you try to stay true to yourself. And then if you want to be true to yourself, you will never wake up early in the morning, right?
Right. Because you've attached yourself to the identity of a night owl.
Right. And I decided that one day I said to myself, I'm a morning person. I'm going to wake up every morning because I like waking up early in the morning. I start giving myself powerful affirmations. So what happened? I find myself just waking up like before my alarm clock. I wake up, I do like a fast dance. I say what I'm grateful for today. Mm-hmm. I just fix my bed. I'm ready for the day. And this happened just by changing the idea of who I truly am. I said to myself, yeah, I like waking up early in the morning. It makes me feel good.
You should tell everybody about your tattoo.
The Good AM tattoo.
Yeah.
All right. Good AM stands for, first of all, I don't truly believe that time exists. It's man-made thing. Mm-hmm. I believe that we're animals, that we've created our system. Of course, we use time to do meetings and stuff, but at one point of your life, in my life, I will talk about my life. If I reach the maximum level of success and impact in the world, I want to be able to impact people's lives without me being there. I want to create systems that can help people get to the best version of themselves without me even being there, right? With the new modern technology, you can record all types of system. You can I can create another online school that can help people create even better version of themselves using just the mindset techniques. So I want to just wake up on the beach, not knowing what time it is. I want to go into the water. I don't know how long I've been into the water surfing. You know, just I want to flow like a real animal into the nature.
Like you're not limited by time.
Okay.
Absolutely, no.
Okay, so thinking about the mornings, like I see you on Insta story, you're turning up, doesn't matter what time it is, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., gangs. You got the energy, man. I love it. So walk us through your morning routine, because we're really big in believing that your morning routine sets you up for your day.
Well, my morning routine is the best part of my day. I really love my morning routines.
I think anybody with a good morning routine loves the morning. I don't think there's anybody that's like, you know what, my morning routine is so sick, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like it's not a thing. You know what I mean? But go on.
Yeah, I like to prepare my morning routine actually the night before.
Smart.
Like, I kind of trap myself in the morning routine. So what I do each and every morning after I wake up, the moment I hear my alarm, I use the 5-second rule. I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have to be out of my bed. You know, it's just this mental barrier. Just like, I have to break this 5 seconds. I wake up, the first thing, I fix my bed. I do it very fast. I've been doing it all my life, and I love it because, you know, as one guy said that if you fix your bed, you get into the habit of completing tasks. This is the first task that you completed this day.
It's true.
Okay? So you get into the motion like, okay, I completed my first task. Now it's time for the second task. Now it's time for the third task. And then even if after a bad, shitty day, you come back to your bed and it's fixed.
You still feel like a winner.
Yeah, you did it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my comfy bed is here.
I love it.
And then the second thing after I fix my bed, I say the 3 things that I'm grateful for today. Sometimes I say 5, sometimes I say 7. I don't limit myself with numbers because there's a lot of things to be grateful. And when you get into this habit to just wake up and you create happiness for yourself. Next thing I do is I drink 1 liter of water. Recently I started putting lemon and salt. A lot of people ask me, why do you put salt in your water? Because
I'm just going to ask why salt.
Yeah, because I need those extra minerals.
Okay.
I use the Himalayan salt, so there's extra minerals in the salt. Then the lemon is just helping me just hydrate my system more. There's a boost of vitamins in it, and it just gives a little bit sour taste that I like.
Nice.
Right? Then I brush my teeth. I do whatever. I just use the bathroom. Actually, after I drink the water, I use the bathroom always because this is how I feel like I'm cleaning my mind.
Nice.
This is like part of my morning routine. And I said I'm trapping myself in the morning routine. How I'm doing this one is like on the way of me reaching the bathroom, I have like a 5-6 meters walk. The night before, I put the bottle of water with the lemon and the salt on my way. So I cannot skip it. I have to,
nice.
I wake up,
Set yourself up
the
for
first
success.
thing I go, I just pick my bottle of water before I reach the bathroom. I drink it on the way. Funny thing, I put my affirmation list in the sink. Like, I cannot turn the water on
I love it.
without picking the affirmation list. I look up and on my mirror there's a 21 continual growth board. I don't see myself. I see the board. I see the board and there's like a marker underneath and I just see the sticks. So I say, okay, I'm going to read my affirmations. I'm going to tick my board. I'm going to do my certain task. At this point of my life, I use the 21 board for posting each and every day in my Facebook
Nice.
community.
Nice.
Just providing more value for my clients because I really love them getting the best results, right?
Of course.
And then I have my schedule. I also write my schedule the night before. Then I just straight away jump into my first task.
Let me ask you, so people that have a morning routine, and we've talked about this in the past with other guests, but on the days that you don't do your morning routine, do you feel off?
I'm just so lost. Like,
You just don't feel good, right? Like, it just feels like you're not you. Like, you didn't set yourself up. You didn't go through the steps. Like, how do you feel when you don't do your morning routine?
I will say straight away, like I've tried not to use my journal because the journal is the biggest part of my routine. The night before, the day before, I just write down the things that I want to achieve this day. And then I'm so picky that I even write down the night before what I'm going to eat the next day. Because I don't want to lose time thinking, going to the kitchen like, what is going to be my breakfast? No, I just straight away, I know I'm going to eat oats or I'm going to eat whatever,
smart.
eggs. I'm going to, like, I don't tax my willpower. Because for choosing what you want to eat, you're taxing your willpower. You're just making constant small decisions that you can just leave it from the night before. You can make the decision before you go to sleep. Then you wake up with fresh mind and go straight to your work. Then I know I write to myself, I'm gonna drink my water, I'm gonna go upstairs, eat my oats with blueberries and water. I finish this one, I just get out of the way, and then either I'm gonna go for a walk. I like doing my morning walks, listening to audiobook, just to get inspired. I wake up half an hour earlier so I can go for a half an hour walk early in the morning, and then go straight to my first task. I like to knock my 2 or 3 tasks early in the morning, so at 12 I already finished what I want to finish, and then
feel like a winner, man.
Everything else is just icing.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? So my old identity used to say like I have to have rest days all the time, and then you came and I asked you like, I'm like, how often do you work out? You're like, every day. And I'm like, man, yo, Sammy's working out every day. He has mad energy, so let me try. So now I started like, I'm not working out, but I'm still moving. Like maybe I'll do swimming or I'll do running, but. Thanks for that, man. You inspired me.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to do that. But the idea of the journal for me is that if you wake up and you don't know what are you going to do this day, you're in a reactive state. You just react to the day. You're not prepared for it. So whatever comes on your way, you react on it. It's like someone calls you, you pick up the phone, oh, this and this happened, like you gotta come to my house. And you're like, oh my God, I have nothing to do. I have to react on this one.
It's true.
No. Or you can choose your own path, okay? And then just follow it. Oh no. You say no. I learned how to say no to everything that is not in alignment with my priorities. Everything that is not helping me become the better version of myself, and to step one step closer today to my long-term goal, I learned to say no. I say it loud. I say it often for the people to know that this is my time. Nobody's going to respect your time. Every person in this world will try to take a piece of your time. Every time you receive a phone, you see a phone call ringing, there's someone being there just like, oh, let me get some of the Bwanka time, or let me say.
Well, that's to touch on that too. It's kind of like the era that we live in now. We get so many notifications from so many different applications. It's so easy to get distracted. If you don't have like a system in place, like you're talking about with the various little systems you have and the little process you go through. I'm big on systems. I think if you don't have systems, it's too easy to, like you said, be in a reactive state. And when you're in a reactive state, you don't make the best decisions. And if you're not making the best decisions, you're not living your best life. So if you want to live your best life, you need to make the best decisions. You need to have the systems in place. Now, the thing that I heard from you, you had a couple different little things that you do. Where did that all come from? Like putting, for example, your affirmations in the sink before, like, or putting, the glass of water on the way to the washroom, like, where did that come from? How did you think to do that? So people are at home, they're hearing that these little systems that you have, they sound fucking incredible. Where can they get some ideas from? Like, how did you come up with that stuff? Where did it come from?
To be honest, some of the things I've learned from my coaches, because I get it in a monthly base. I get coached by at least 2 or 3 coaches, people that are very ahead from me. I listen to a lot of, self-development books. And some of the things like putting the bottle of water on my way or just putting the affirmations in the sink, this thing came on their own. I just invented them.
But you're really setting yourself up for success. Like you're taking control and being like, there's nothing that's gonna stop me. Like I'm gonna make it as easy as for myself as possible.
Yeah, think about it that way. What can you do to simplify your life the next day? Like what can you do the night before? If I invest 10 minutes before I go to sleep, I'm going to save 2 hours for the next day.
Yeah.
That's 2 freaking hours, man.
Yeah.
That's so much.
There's 2 things that you said there that I think a lot of people can connect with. It was the acquisition of knowledge, so reading books or audiobooks, but also connecting with coaches and mentors. Because I think the knowledge piece makes sense to a lot of people. We get it. Like if you want to learn more, if you want to open your eyes up to different ideas, different ways of doing things, you need to expose yourself to different ideas. And you can do that through reading, through researching, and all that kind of stuff. You touched on the idea of having a coach, someone that's further ahead than you are, or at a place where you are aspiring to get to. A lot of people can't put their ego aside to say that they want to reach out to a coach. What are some tips that you could give to people to make that decision and make the best decision when thinking about doing something like that?
All right, great question. First, I would say that I'll start from there. That there's a lot of info out there, right? You said that they can get a lot of info from all around the internet, but information is toxic. Information is toxic. If you don't know what do you exactly have to learn, you can get lost. Internet is just full of people saying this is right and this is not, and then the other people are saying they're not right, we are right, and you can get lost. So you have to choose a person that this person have achieved whatever you want to achieve in the future. For example, my coach is a successful business coach. He's been doing this for years. He's earning 7 figures on a monthly basis. And then this person is offering me to cut all these years of studying what he went through just to give it to me, right? And then you have to truly believe in this person and to know that everything that he's saying is the absolute truth. That's how you're going to grow, by actually giving your trust to someone.
And doing the fucking work. Like when you get a coach, there's so many people that get a coach and they get the advice, they get the tools, they get the systems. There's a point where the coach can't take you the rest of the way. Like you got to do it yourself.
Oh, you got to take action.
Talk to me about taking action, because we're big on that. We're huge on the actionable steps that you can take to improve your life, taking them, doing them. What's the tip that you can give to people in terms of taking action, like doing that? How can they make it so that being action oriented is something that's part of their identity?
All right, so taking the massive action, that is the thing that actually helped me achieve what I've achieved right now, and what is going to help me to achieve the success that I want to achieve in the future and the impact that I want to do to the world. But let me put it that way. Why would you like to give me an example of a person that want to achieve something? And
let's say somebody that wants to wake up an hour earlier.
I will ask, why would you like to wake up 1 hour earlier?
I feel like when I get ready for work, I'm so rushed. There's so many things going on, and I always feel like I'm rushing out the door.
All right, and what is going to happen if you don't wake up early in the morning?
Well, if I don't wake up earlier, then it's like a panic. Like I'm rushing to get things out of the door. But I feel like if I wake up an hour earlier, I'm going to have more time.
Yes, and what is this panic causing you?
It's like stress, man. Like I'm just stressed out. Like I got so many things I got to do in the morning. On top of trying to get ready for work, I got to make sure I eat, I shower. There's just not enough time to do it all.
So if you don't wake up, you eat like a crap food.
Yeah.
You cannot like sometimes shower. You go with your like wrinkles on the shirt.
Yeah, you don't iron your shirt. Yeah, true.
All right, and then okay, and what is going to happen if you wake up early in the morning? If you wake up 1 hour earlier,
then I would have time to iron my shirt. I would have time to get a really good breakfast. I might be able to get a workout in.
Stress-free living.
Yeah, like I feel like if I do it, I'll be able to have a more stress-free morning. But it's just really hard.
Okay, so first of all, you just gave me the 2 options. One of them is like peaceful and good morning, where you get your breakfast, where you iron your shirt, you take time for yourself. You might meditate for 5 minutes. You might just go throughout the day for 10 minutes just in your head, just to know what's going on. And the other thing is just stressing you out. Do you really want to keep on stressing yourself out? How would you see yourself if you keep on stressing for the next 10 years doing the same thing?
I'm not going to be happy.
Not going to be happy. But what is this going to cause you not going to be happy? Because
more stress, more unhappiness.
We want to dive deep into the real problem. What is more stress causing you?
Pain.
What is this pain causing you?
It's really uncomfortable. I don't like it.
What is making you not to like it?
Like I don't want to be in that state of mind. Like I want to be in a happy state of mind.
Why would you not like to be in this state of mind?
I don't think that that's good for me. I don't think I can grow in that mind state.
So why would you like to grow in the first place?
I think that would be good for me.
Why? How is this going to benefit your life to grow?
I think because what I keep seeing is people who are successful, and I see them and the way that they live, and I know that for me to have a more successful life, I need to wake up earlier. I have to.
Okay, so you really want to be successful.
I really want to be successful.
Then you got to wake up early.
I love that we did that exercise, because there's people that will go through that exercise with a coach, like someone like you, and they'll answer these questions and they'll see that like, I don't have any other option. Like if I keep doing what I'm doing, it's not working for me. It's going to only make me more unhappy.
Yeah.
If I do what I know needs to be done, then I can accomplish more. I can achieve more. I can grow. It comes about, like, it really just boils down to an actionable step, which is wake up earlier. Like, just do it.
We can go even deeper. I like to go deep into the problem with my clients. The last thing you say is that you want to be successful, that you have to wake up early. But why would you like to be successful? How is this going to impact your life and the life of the other people around you?
Oh, I get it. So by being more successful, I'll be able to live a better life. And with that better life, I'll have more money and I can take care of my mom.
Okay, how would you like to take care of your mom with your money? Let's say
take care of her bills, and I want to be able to give her some spending money.
How is this going to make you feel to be the person?
Fucking incredible! It would be incredible.
I see you smiling already.
Yeah, man.
I see you smiling. You see, we got the feeling.
Yes,
we got emotional about this.
I love this. So this is what you do with your clients. You go deep into figuring out, like, why they want what they want.
We want emotion. We want really to discover why. Why would you, in the first place, why would you like to be successful? You want to help your mom, but why would you like to help your mom?
Right.
Because this is how. Did your mom help you in your life?
Of course.
She helped you to grow as a person.
Of course. She's, a large part of who I am as a person is a credit to the woman that she is.
Right. So she deserves a lot, right?
Of course.
She deserves everything.
Everything.
Does she deserve you waking your ass up at 6 early in the morning?
Yeah, she does. Fuck yeah.
How much she deserve it?
100%.
Are you waking up tomorrow at 6 a.m.?
Oh, definitely. I love this.
Let's do this for you.
I'm glad that we did this because I wanted people to see what it would be like to have a conversation with a coach. And I'm glad that I got to play stupid with that and do it with you, because I'm hoping that people are listening to what you can get by working with a coach. You don't, oftentimes when we try to address our own problems, we don't go deep enough because it's uncomfortable. And oftentimes we don't know what questions to ask to get to that deeper level of understanding. But when you're working with a coach and they ask you these questions, why? Another deeper level. Why? Go deeper. Why? And then you can uncover, like what we just proved. If you can build an emotional connection to why you need to do something, the likelihood of you doing it is that much more possible.
You just take what we talk in the middle, just take it off, and then you put both things together.
Yeah.
I have to do this if I really want to feel emotionally happy because I brought the joy into my mom's life, because she deserves it.
I love it.
Sounds much more powerful than,
of course,
if I have to be successful, I have to wake up more.
That's true. It's true because it relies on something more than yourself. And I think that oftentimes when we try to strive for success, we always are focused on ourselves. And if you're doing it for yourself, you'll opt out. But if it relies on, if you executing at a high level is going to produce a result that's going to make somebody else's life better, you're that much more compelled to do it. You feel like you have no other choice. And when you operate on that mentality, you create an identity that supports it, and then you do what that identity does. And you achieve and you live out the dreams of that identity. It's a beautiful way to look at life. I love it.
After this exercise, we can simply add one affirmation to your list.
Sure.
I'm the person that I support my family. I support my mom with this and that. I help my mom to pay her bills.
And these are affirmations that you would recommend people put, like you have like in a sink or something before they use that sink. They would see these affirmations and read them.
The day with it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You set up yourself like you are this type of person. The more you repeat the affirmations that I am, your brain get used to saying this to yourself, and you start believing in them. When you start believing in them, you create new identity. Mm-hmm. So if you're the person that supports your mom, you will stay true to yourself to wake up early because you have to support your mom.
That's right.
Right. Affirmations you create through asking deeper questions. Tell me about you. What would you like the people say on your funeral?
What would I like people to say?
Yeah.
I would like them to say, like, man, this guy, he had a big heart. He always wanted to help. And it was just, I just want to inspire people. I love inspiring people and helping people grow.
I want to see what the people say on your funeral. So they're going to say...
What are they going to say?
Yeah.
I say, yo, I love Bwanka, man. Bwanka was if I needed help, Bwanka was there to help me.
Okay.
If I had a problem, Bwanka was there to help me.
Good.
If I needed inspiration, Bwanka was there to inspire me.
So this is your affirmations, bro. Like, I inspire people. When the people need me, I help them. I change people's lives. This is what you do. If you want in the future to be people to say that thing for you, you should say that things for you in the present.
Hell yeah.
Because this is what I do. This is what I do each and every day. So the people will remember you as a person that used to do this thing each and every day.
It's so much more impactful than the corny affirmations that's like all over Instagram. Like, I am strong. I am capable. Like, okay, go deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am strong because, and like in my situation, I am strong because the happiness of my mother depends on it. Like, that's an affirmation that has an emotional attachment to it. It's beyond just like a word, a buzzword. And that's where I feel like with affirmations, a lot of times people they stay surface level and they don't really build a powerful statement that actually like inspires them to get up out of their fucking seat and do something.
You have to resonate with what you say to yourself. You have to really say it to yourself and feel it deeply, emotionally. Don't just say it to yourself like, I help my mom. No, I help my mom. I am the person that brings so much value to the people. I help others. I inspire other people. Every person that needs help, I inspire and help immediately. I take action.
Just hearing that, hearing the way that you said that inspires action. It wants people to take action. Like, and I think that what I'm hoping people get from hearing you go through that little affirmation exercise is it's not just like, I am capable, blah, 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 blah. You're not just saying it with like a monotone. You're actually feeling the words. You're saying it with passion that you actually believe it. It's driving an emotional reaction out of you. And hopefully that inspires you to actually do something.
The more you feel it, the more it becomes like it's engraved in you.
For sure.
Like when I started saying affirmations, like I have a letter to myself. It's basically a decision. It's like 3 minutes long, just pure affirmations. And when I started it, I'm not going to lie, I was like, just reading it like that. But now the power that I read it with now, it's like I started at like a 2. I'm at a 10 now.
Another level.
I love that. So there's people now that are kind of listening to this episode, and what we love to do is we love to give people some actionable, practical tips that they can take away from the episode. And being that we've got you on the episode, it would really mean a lot to us and to our audience if you could give us like your top 2 or 3 tips that people can really use to impact their lives like today.
Oh, that's a rough one.
I mean, to try to package it all into 2 or 3, I'm sure it'd be tough, but I know that you've got something that people can take away with from your all the wisdom that you've gained in your life.
All right. The first one I will say is there's always a way to achieve your goals if you're committed enough. And I give you a small example. I read a book recently that says, imagine that today Richard Branson, everyone knows who is Richard Branson, right? The owner of Virgin, takes your wife, your house, your car, your business, and then you just swap lives. And then you take his life, his everything, right? And then you come 1 year later. You've been crying that you don't have the money, you don't have the resources. But the idea is that you can get the resources if you're resourceful enough.
Sure.
If Richard Branson comes to your life, he's gonna get the right call the right people. He's gonna find the right opportunities. So you're staying in a pool of opportunities. You just have to look around yourself and see what you can achieve with what you have right now, because your mindset will change your life. All right. So there's always a way if you're committed.
I love that.
Then always find the joy in the little things, because our brain is designed to just make us survive. It's not designed for happiness. It's 2 million old brain.
It's true.
So if you don't create happiness for yourself, no one else will create it. So always be grateful. Look for the things that are good in your life, because there's always a person that is happier than you with having less than you have right now.
It's true. It's true.
And then the third thing is, don't take life too serious. Just enjoy it. Enjoy, help other people, and
That's amazing. Those are amazing tips,
eat more
man.
veggies and drink more water. That's it.
I love it. Man, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for dropping your wisdom on us. I know that you have an extensive list of clients that you work with to achieve transformations in their lives. So for us to have the opportunity to get a little bit of that insight into how you do that, the process that you go through with people, it's really been an honor for us and a huge, we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for jumping on the podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys so much.
For sure. Okay, so let's do some quick housekeeping.
We gotta let them know where to find them.
Of course. Where can the people find you?
Yo, they can find me on Instagram. I hang out a lot. My Instagram is Sami Hossny, SamiHossny. Yeah.
And if
same for my Facebook as well and my website. If you just Google Sami Hossny, you're gonna see my website is gonna pop up.
Awesome.
If you need any inspiration, this is the guy to follow, man. Always up to something.
It's true. So we'll make sure that that's included in the show notes so that people can find you. Cool. And then really quickly, guys, it would be really important if you would do a few things for us. We try to bring a lot of value to the podcast and make sure that you guys get a lot of takeaways from the episode. So in exchange for what we hope is tremendous value, we're hoping that you would do two things for us. One, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. And two, leave us a review if you haven't in the past. It's really important that you do those things for us because these algorithms with these various platforms, it's how they broadcast the podcast to a broader audience. It's how we can reach a larger number of people. It's important that you would do that for us. And the other thing would be to tell people about continual growth. Let them know that there's a community of people that are working to achieve their best life. And they know that to achieve that best life, they have to practice better habits. And to achieve those better habits, it's all about having those systems like we talked about, going through the process, developing an identity that supports you achieving your best life. So with that, kill every day and own your fucking life.
Bless up.
Woo!